Hey guys, welcome back to the Wild Wrestling channel. I am your host, Seth. Today I'm going to give you guys my AEW Wrestledream 2025 predictions. So let's hop right into the video. Play the intro. First up, we have Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe in their fifth match for the TNT Championship. This match came about as after Mark Briscoe was finally done with MJF after All Out in the Tables and Tax match. Mark Briscoe called out Kyle Fletcher to finally get his rematch for the TNT title. Kyle Fletcher has accepted after his loss at All Out against the AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page. And these two are going to square off for the TNT title here at WrestleDream. This will be an amazing match. Kyle Fletcher has had some great matches so far ever since winning the TNT title on the Collision like 2 weeks after All In, and Mark Briscoe's been having some good feuds over the last couple months, so this will be a great match. And after an incredible battle between these two, I think Kyle Fletcher will still walk out TNT champion. The Don Callis family is on a roll with Konosuke Takeshita just winning the IWGP World title, and I think their role will continue here at WrestleDream. Next up, we have Tekla versus Jamie Hayter. This match has been becoming a match for like months now, as Jamie Hayter has returned, and ever since Tekla joined the Triangle of Madness, they have just been targeting different people. One of them including Jamie Hayter, and they've had some crazy matches against each other and all these groups, and now they've been in big group wars on Collision and Dynamite, and now they've dwindled it down. As after Tekla finished her stuff with Queen Aminata, she kind of got in this little feud with Jamie Hayter that has been going on for the last couple of weeks, months maybe, around that. And this will be a good match as they are both rising stars and are both great wrestlers. And in the end, I'm going to take Jamie Hayter seems like a good choice here to take it, but I don't know what it is. I really want to take Tekla just because I feel like she could kind of go on a rise a little bit. She could kind of start to breed up. So you know what? I'm going to take Tekla. I think she is going to get on a rise if she gets the win here, and I think that's the best thing to do here is give Tekla the win and let her kind of rise up with the Triangle of Madness. Next up, we have the Trios match between Ricochet and the Gates of Agony taking on the Hurt Syndicate. This rivalry has been going on ever since Forbidden Door. The GOA and Ricochet costing the Hurt Syndicate the tag team titles, and they've been feuding ever since. They had their Trios match at All Out. They had their street fight on Title Tuesday, and now they're going to have a second Trios match here at WrestleDream. We might be starting to wrap up this rivalry here, as we've had so many different one-on-one tag team matches, Trios matches, pay-per-view matches. This has been going on for so long now, and it has been an awesome rivalry with some brutal action, as we just saw on Dynamite. The Hurt Syndicate suffering their first loss in AEW in like a 2-on-2 tag team match, like the first pinfall loss they've taken to the GOA. And I think this will be another crazy barn burner of a match here. And to be honest, if this is where we really wrap it up, I think the Hurt Syndicate got to get the win here. If my memory serves me right, the GOA and Ricochet won at All Out, and the Hurt Syndicate won on Title Tuesday. And even though the Hurt Syndicate just lost, I think it's just going to fuel their fire more, and they get the win here to close out this rivalry with the GOA and Ricochet. Next up, we have Brody King and Bandito taking on Konosuke Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada of the Don Callis family. I'm not too sure how they fully got this. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, it was Okada and Takeshita were able to win that double title eliminator the other week on Dynamite, and it hasn't. And the reason I'm saying I don't really know how this has gone about is because that's all really they've done, in my opinion. They haven't done too many face-to-faces, stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to really pick out points of how this has gotten to this point. Of all we know is that really they won that title eliminator and got the shot here, but the rivalry is less about, I think, the actual rivalry in the match and more about Takeshita and Okada and if they're going to be on the same page, because we've seen over the last couple weeks they have been really at each other's throats, as even we saw this past Wednesday on Dynamite, as Okada turning off the TV with Takeshita on it. So they really have not been on the same page lately, and we'll have to see what happens here. But I'm going to take Brodito to retain the AEW World Tag Team titles here, because like I said, we're just going to really have to see what happens with Okada and Takeshita here, but I think they're not going to be on the same page, and that allows Brodito to retain their titles. Next up, we have the $500,000 tag team match between the Young Bucks, who are looking to regain their money, and against the man who returned it all out with his dinosaur and attacked the Young Bucks, Jurassic Express, Jack Perry, and Luchasaurus. Now, like I said, they were a team, Jack Perry and the Young Bucks, but ever since All Out, Jack Perry returned, attacked the Young Bucks, and brought back Luchasaurus, and Jurassic Express was back in action, as he says that he needed to bring in someone that he could actually trust. He's been dealing with the Young Bucks for the last couple weeks, taking care of them, and we've seen him trying to form an alliance with Kenny Omega that's been working, and he's trying to get on the same page with Omega and help him out here a little bit. So, but this is still a big deal for the Young Bucks, as not only do they really hate Jurassic Express right now, they want to regain their money that Nick gambled all away. So this will be an interesting match between them, and a great match, as I think there's so much blood feud here that they're going to do whatever it takes to get the win here. And I think after a crazy match, I think Jurassic Express is going to get the win here, not only making this rivalry go on more, but really disappointing the Young Bucks, as they don't think they're going to get their money back now. So I'm going to take Jurassic Express to win here at Wrestledream. Next up, we have Chris Statlander and Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World Title. This has become a thing over the last couple weeks, ever since All Out. Chris Statlander pinned Toni Storm in the 4-way, winning the AEW Women's World Title, and now we are getting this match here. Toni Storm's match, her rematch, and it's one-on-one now, just them, as this has had some interesting face-to-face and interviews leading up to it. We're using Toni's weird sort of character, but also combining with Chris's kind of trying to match it. Chris has also been dealing a little bit with the Death Riders at the same time, so very interesting how this all came about. But as we saw on Dynamite, these two are ready to tear each other apart as they got into that brawl in the ring. So this will be a great match, as they both really so badly want to be the AEW Women's World Champion and lead the women's division. But I think after a crazy match, I think Chris Statlander's got to retain. She just won the title, and it doesn't make sense to take the title off Toni to take the title off Toni for her to literally win it back a month later. So I'm going to take Chris Statlander to retain the AEW Women's World Title. And now we have the I Quit match, Darby Allin and Jon Moxley, for their big second match in this feud ever since Darby returned it All In. He has now been back, and he fought against Death Riders at Forbidden Door in the Lights Out cage match, fought against Jon in the casket match at All Out, and is now here to battle Jon once again in the I Quit match. This feud has gotten really personal, as we've seen so many different brawls, Pac returning it All Out, and he's been the one to kind of neutralize Darby. But we have seen Darby take care of the Death Riders, as he was tasing them on Title Tuesday, and he's been attacking them all and doing whatever he could. And as we saw this past Wednesday on Dynamite and Collision, we saw them attack Darby so badly in that face-to-face, and then bring him out onto Collision as Darby walked out, and we just showed the resilience Darby has, as he kept mentioning to Mox that he wouldn't stay down, and he's not going to get him to quit at Wrestledream, as we have seen some crazy stuff like the Flames, like we have seen so much in this rivalry. This is leading up, as Darby is proving he will not quit, and this will be a brutal match. It might be more brutal than all the matches we've seen yet, as they are going to throw everything they have at each other, use every weapon they can, as they need to make the person say, I quit. It's going to have a hard time keeping Darby down, which is going to be a big story in this match, and I don't think they're going to be able to. As I think Darby will survive, make Jon say, I quit, and walk out the winner here at Wrestledream. And finally, the main event, Hangman Adam Page and Samoa Joe for the AEW World Championship. These two men have started off after All Out with a little friendship, as they were helping each other into tag matches, but then ever since that missed title exchange, it really makes no sense of how Hangman was handing Samoa Joe back his title, and it kind of led to this weird face-off, which is now leading to a feud, which then led into this match at Wrestledream. And now they've been having their face-to-faces, and now they've just been having those weird stare-downs, as they're still kind of friends, but they really don't like each other, as they both really badly want to be the AEW World Champion, and Samoa Joe wants his title back. So this will be an interesting match here, as they have both proved how dominant are, how willing they are, as they're still friends, but they are also very determined to beat each other now, as they have also started to get on each other's throats a little bit. And this will be a great match, as they are both two great athletes who can put on great matches, and they both, like I said, they both so badly want to be able to be a world champion. That's going to be a big thing in this match that I think will help show the emotion and express the storytelling in this match. But in the end, I think after everything, I think Hangman Adam Page will retain the AEW World title. I think it's going to be a great effort by Joe, but I just think Hangman's going to be too much. He's had such a good reign so far, and I think he will walk out and end off Wrestledream standing tall as the AEW World Champion. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below if you enjoyed this video, and turn on that bell so you get notified whenever I upload a brand new video. I post every Monday and Friday, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.